Howdy everybody. So I decided that today I would make my face up with something new. I saw this eyeshadow palette online probably like over a month ago, and I said when this is available I am absolutely going to order it on the first day. So the first day it was available, I ordered it. And what is it? What did I order? I ordered the ColourPop Baroque Palette. It's so beautiful. It came in a cute box that's very similar. It's got the like soft, almost like suede-y feeling cover, but it's not fabric. It's just coated. But ColourPop always does like a really great job, I think, with how they package their stuff. But I mean, also it's cardboard packaging, all that. It has the little sheet in it, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you the colors right now. So I haven't touched them. The line on this side is because of the little plastic sheet that there you go. It has this duochrome effect to some of them. They're so beautiful. So I think the first thing I'm gonna do is grab my makeup wipes. I'm gonna swatch them real quick for you, and then I will do an eye look. I'll go away and put the rest of my makeup on, come back, and then talk about my first impression. So that's kind of what I'm gonna go for right now. So the colors are, the top row is Bougie, Ritzy, and Bébé. Bougie, Ritzy, and Bébé. So Bougie's very light gray color. It's almost like a little bit lighter than my skin. And then Ritzy is like a, oh, how do I describe that? It's a duochrome. It's basically like a pinky shade, but it has reflex of like almost kind of green, bluish green. So that's the first three. Let's do the thing that we do so you can see it. There you go. And then I'll do three more. The next row is Secret, Noble, and Etiquette. So Secret is, what it looks like to me is a matte shade with glitter. And I'll do those on this side of my hand. Yeah, it's a matte shade with glitter. Now, having said that, does the glitter translate very well? I don't know. Noble is also another duochrome that's like a pinky kind of color that has like almost, yeah, almost that blue-green color. And then Etiquette looks like, let's see, yeah, another matte with glitter, but the glitter translates much better on this one. So there you go. That duochrome, you've got the mattes with glitter, but you see this one, the glitter translates a lot better. All right, clean my fingertips again. And then we'll do the last row, which is Lounge, Grand, and Stunner. Okay, so Lounge is a matte kind of chocolatey brown. I'm gonna just do these right underneath where I did the last ones. Yeah, and the way it's swatching, you can tell just how dry my hands are actually. Grand is like a black with glitter, and this one, the glitter is definitely translating, and it is very dark. I really like that one. And then Stunner is like as dark of a gray as you can get without being a black shade. It's almost like got a little bit of kind of purple in it, I guess. So there's the last three down there. But you see that black that has, oh, it's so pretty. And then this is almost like a purpley black. Very, very cool. All right, so I'll wipe my fingertips off one more time. But these are all the shades. This is how they swatch. Dun, dun, dun. You got all those, and then you got this little smudge right here in the middle. Doesn't matter. I'm about to grab a makeup wipe and wipe them all off anyway. So our next step in this process is that we are going to do an eye look. I'm going to do an eye look with this. I have no idea what I'm going to do. I'm just going to play. because isn't that why makeup's so great? Now, let me see. Some of these are a little bit smudgy. You can kind of see how it's smudging onto the gold. I wish this wasn't so reflective so it'd be easier for you guys to see, but it doesn't matter. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna put down an eye base, and then I'm gonna start using all my fancy brushes over here to make something happen on my eyes. Then I'll go and put my face makeup on, my eyebrows, my mascara. I'll come back to do the rest of my face, bronzer and all that, and then lips, and then we can talk very briefly. All right, we're about 5 minutes in. Okay, so first is eye base. Today as an eye base, I'm actually gonna use a discontinued product. It is the Mary Kay liquid eyeshadow, or not liquid, cream eyeshadow in pale blush. And I'm gonna grab a mirror here and just tap that on. So this is, like I said, it's actually a cream blush. But the reason I like it as a base is that it does cancel out some of that redness that I have going on my eyes. And the redness that's out here, this part, that's gonna get canceled out whenever I do my concealer. Okay. Step 1 almost complete. All right. Now I have to decide where I want to start. What do I want to do? What do I think is going to be a good start? Okay, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Bougie first, and I'm going to put that underneath my brow to about where my crease is, so that when I put the next shade on, it has something to blend into. So I'm going to use kind of a flatter brush, something where I can actually just grab a lot of product. And grabbing it, there's a little bit of dustiness, but it's not terrible. I mean, I think a lot. This is ColourPop's a great brand, but it is a budget brand. Okay, so this very, very, very light gray, very matte, light matte gray. Ooh, that's very bright. I don't know if that was a mistake or not. We'll find out. As we know, I always say, you just have to blend it. You're just gonna blend it. Okay. And you know, I literally have nothing else on my face right now, so this is gonna look crazy, but it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Keep telling yourself that. All right, so then I'm gonna grab Bébé. That is on the top row. It doesn't seem like it would be a good choice for a transition shade, but I'm just gonna dip my brush in it like very lightly, just one tap, get excess off, and then work that into the crease and see how that works. That's pretty intense. All right, I'm gonna go over that with Secret. Secret's a little lighter, but it does have that glitter in it. Since the glitter doesn't translate very well, I think it'll be okay, but let's just... All right, so this is where we're at right now. It has a pretty good gradient going. It is quite cool toned, which I expected. Basically this whole palette is cool toned. Even the browns are cool toned browns. So that is the crease. I did do quite an intense crease. That's fine. Now I'm gonna grab a different brush. One that I can pack color on, but also use to blend. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to grab that bottom color, the black with the glitter, called Grand. This is gonna be pretty intense. I just decided that, apparently. And I'm gonna grab a bunch of that. Oof, man, that one is pretty powdery. Just keep that in mind. And I'm gonna put that on the outer half of my lid. These colors are really intense, very intense. Now what I will say that glitter in Grand, it doesn't translate onto the eye at all. I'm gonna take some color off of this brush, and then I'm gonna use the same brush to try and blend it a little bit better. I grabbed more Bougie, and I'm gonna blend out that edge. All right, we still have quite an intense look. We have a lot of fallout happening right under here. Not sure if you can see it, but I can see it. And I mean, obviously I'm gonna get rid of that, but not until after I'm done with my eye, because that would be just a waste of time. All right, so this is kind of a harsh line right in the middle here. I'm gonna take one of the duochrome shades. Actually, I'm gonna take both of those duochrome shades, the one from the top, Ritzy, and then I'm gonna go ahead and take the middle one, Noble, and I'm going to use those on the remaining part of my lid. The deeper one will go in the middle, and then the lighter one will go on the inner part. I kind of, on the fly, decided that I was gonna do one eye. Off camera, I'll do the other. I'll show you both, and then do my face, because it'll be faster. All right, so I'm gonna grab another kind of flatter brush. You see it's wide and flat. I'm gonna grab that middle shade, and I'm gonna put a lot of color on there to start with. All right, so that middle one is done. Now the process I'm using is more of like I'm packing the color on and then slightly dragging my brush to blend it in. And that is a good technique to use if you want to make sure that you get a lot of color payoff, but also that it doesn't look like there are harsh lines between each section that you're doing. All right, now I'm gonna grab Ritzy and do the inner corner of the lid. The inner third, I should say. Inner third. Okay, so this looks crazy. I am gonna go ahead and do the other eye. I'll come back and show you both. I'll clean up underneath before I come back. So we'll do the other eye, come back, show you those, do the face, and then come back. Okay, so it looks like this is where we're at right now. I don't have mascara on. I haven't done the bottom. For the bottom, what I'm probably gonna do is after I do my makeup, before I do my mascara, I'm gonna use either Lounge or Stunner underneath. Probably this one, probably the darker one, but with a very light hand. So I will be right back. It'll seem like no time has passed to you, but it will have been several minutes for me. All right, so the eyes are done. I have my face makeup on, my powder, concealer. I think this is looking a lot better, decidedly a lot better. I did take a very small, there we go, do the thing where you put the hand behind it. So it's flat and small. And I used just a tiny bit of that last color Stunner, the darkest one, just a teeny tiny bit underneath. And then I did use a black eyeliner on the waterline right above it. I just thought it would give it a little extra something. Which I was right, it did. Okay, and because I always do the inner corner, I'm gonna grab a little bit of that matte color Bougie, and I'm just gonna put a tiny bit of that right in the inner corner. And it's such a light gray that it does give the same effect as using something reflective. But since I have so much reflective stuff on my eyes, I just don't want to. Okay, the other thing I did was after I went through and did this other eye, I noticed that the duochrome shadows weren't showing up as much as I had hoped they would. So I went in and I used the tip of my finger. I got some on there, and then I tapped it in the areas that I wanted to have more color, for it to be more opaque, more shiny, just more of everything. And so now I'm gonna really quick go through, because I look like a ghost, even though I match, I look like a ghost. So I'm gonna grab some powder to contour a bit. So I don't think I need a lot, but I'm just gonna very lightly go around my face. Is it me, or does that already look better? Okay, now I just need to find a cool toned blush. Let's see if this one is what I'm looking for. Yes, a cool toned blush. Put that, a cool toned highlighter, put that, and then I'll be doing my lips, which will just be a lip balm. It's a pH lip balm. I'll show you in a sec. Okay, so got a little bit of color back in my face. I look less like a ghost. Yeah, less like a ghost. The last thing I'm gonna use is this, it's Mary Kay, and it's the pH lip balm. So the one I'm gonna use is the one that's the berry tone, cool color, and it looks really dark, but when you put it on, it's not that dark, and it adjusts based on the pH of you to the perfect berry color. At least that's what they say. We'll see. Well, I actually think that's pretty lovely. Our last step, which is always our last step, is setting spray. Put an obscene amount of setting spray. Get your fancy fan. And this is the look. So let's see. I really do like this palette as far as the tones are concerned. My only real concern is that they don't feel very blendable. The matte shades, you've got to have a very, very light hand, and I will show you, there's quite, I don't know if you can tell, but there's quite a bit of powder just hanging out. Anyway, it is a very affordable palette. I will put the price right up here for you in US dollars. And it came pretty quickly, about a week. I will tell you that I think that putting the Bougie shade in here, that very, very light gray, was one of the best decisions they could have made, because it really does help out with the other areas where if you need to blend out or if you accidentally grab too much, that is key to this palette, this light color. One thing I think that they did miss that I think they could do better on is having a better transition shade. I love how it catches the light. Sound effects. Okay. So I think they could have put in a better transition shade. I think that the colors are beautiful, but when I get a palette, most of the time what I hope to get from the palette is a one-stop shop. If I'm paying for 9 eyeshadows, I should be able to get one full look without having to grab another palette. Using Bougie, I was able to do that, but I think next time I'll probably start with Bougie and then use Secret as my transition shade. Even though it's supposed to have glitter in it, I found that the glitter shades that I used, the glitter did not translate well onto the eye. I'm guessing if I really wanted that to happen, I would have to apply it with this tool right here, my finger. And that's fine, because honestly, when you want a really like pow, like an opaque color on your eye. When you want a really opaque color on your eye, then you're really gonna want to either apply it with these tools or with a flat brush like this guy. He's flat, but he's wide. Get the color on it from the palette, and then you'll spray it with setting spray or water, and then apply that by tapping it onto your eye. So those are the two ways to get it to be very opaque. I think the only way you're gonna get that glitter to show up that's in the matte shades is if you were to actually use your finger to tap it on. The duochrome shades are beautiful. I just don't know if it translates to being duochrome on my actual eye. Let's just do this. Yes, it does. Better in person. But it is a beautiful palette. The packaging is absolutely, I love it. And I love it when it has this like soft touch, kind of rubbery almost feel to it. And I think ColourPop has several other palettes. I think there's one called Grandeur or something like that, that are the same kind of styling, but obviously different shades. There's a lighter one, and I think there's one with a couple of bright colors, like maybe even a mustard yellow color. So I don't know that I'll get those because I have a lot of those shades in other palettes, but this one caught my eye immediately, and I said, I just have to try this out. And it is beautiful. I see myself using Noble, Ritzy, and Bougie a lot. Etiquette also, I think, is something that I could really get into. But otherwise, I would say it is worth the price. It is worth the price per shadow. And it is just, I just love it. And then I will put all the products that I used down below in the description. So even if you want to know what I used on my face, that will be down there. And I hope you guys have a great day. Please, if you like this content, subscribe, like the video, comment below. Make sure you comment. Let me know if this is kind of what you like, or if you want to see something different. If you want to see me use the same palette and do a totally different look, I would be happy to do that. Or if you have something else in mind. I kind of had the idea that I might want to do a Harry Potter series. Not in the obvious way. I would probably start by doing the makeup looks inspired by the house colors. But I think after that, what I would do is I would do makeup inspired maybe by characters or by movies, like the movie title or something like that. So if you will comment below, let me know if you have any ideas that have to do with that. Like if you want me to do, if you're a Harry Potter fan, you'll get this. If you're not, sorry, this is just not for you. If you want me to do like a Buckbeak inspired makeup look, I think that would be kind of cool and different. But let me know in the comments below what kind of stuff you want to see. If you want to see more DIYs, if you want to see more in-depth tutorials on how to do a certain type of eye look. I really loved doing this today. I'm really excited to actually wear real foundation today. And I will see you next time. I hope you have a great week and enjoy yourselves. Stay safe.